But no one needs cash more than Bud Light, who teamed up with Dylan and lost $16 billion in market value and lost its number one spot in the beer market. The owner of Bud Light, InBev, their stock's tanking. It's a shareholder massacre. And it's not just rich people getting massacred. Middle-class workers with pensions are seeing their portfolios implode. Florida pension funds got rocked when Bud Light teamed up with Dylan. Florida pensioners, they overweighted InBev. So Florida police officers, teachers, firefighters are witnessing their retirement funds collapse. Bud Light went woke, and first responders went broke.
What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin. This is the 1776 report, where we expose the stupidity of the woke left. And there's tons of stupidity to expose over at Bud Light. But now it's no longer just about the boycott. Now Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light are hurting Americans, old, elderly Americans who are trying to retire. We heard from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis last night that Florida pension members, people who have been paying into a pension for 30 years, are now paying the consequences because Anheuser-Busch made the decision to go woke. Now, I think Ron DeSantis has done a good job as the governor of Florida. I probably will not be voting for him in the upcoming GOP primary. I wish the GOP was more united because they are coming after us, and it's good to be united when you are getting attacked. However, he's 100% correct on this issue. I can commend good things when I see it. I like to be straightforward, and I'm not the biggest fan of what Ron is doing right now, but I think he is correct here. Imagine you pay into a pension fund for 30 years. You see a steady incline, and then all of a sudden, one of the biggest holdings in that fund makes the decision to go woke, and it absolutely wrecks you and your pension. And now you maybe have to work 3 or 4 more years. It is sinful. It is disgusting. And now Ron DeSantis and the state of Florida are launching an investigation into Anheuser-Busch. Now Ron takes on Bud Light. DeSantis urges Florida pension fund manager to probe beer giant Anheuser-Busch InBev for putting social agenda ahead of shareholders' interest. We talked about this earlier this week. If you're a company, you have a fiduciary duty. If you're publicly traded, you have a fiduciary duty to your shareholders. That means your number one responsibility is to make your shareholders money. DeSantis wants the state's pension fund to investigate Bud Light makers Anheuser-Busch InBev and the possibility of exploring a lawsuit. He claimed that the company put social activism ahead of shareholders in their partnership with Dylan Mulvaney. 100% true. Nothing good was going to come of the Dylan Mulvaney partnership. It was only going to cause the company problems, and that's exactly what happened. Bud Light's parent company, Anheuser-Busch, suffered a $27 billion with a B dollar loss post-advertisement. Ron DeSantis wants the state pension fund to investigate Bud Light makers Anheuser-Busch InBev and the possibility of a lawsuit. The Florida governor says, "We must prudently manage the funds of Florida's hardworking law enforcement officers, teachers, firefighters, and first responders in a manner that focuses on growing returns, not subsidizing an ideological agenda through woke virtue signaling." Okay, imagine you've been paying into a pension fund. Your employer's paying into this pension fund. You're a teacher, you're a firefighter, you're a cop. And then all of a sudden, you realize one of the biggest holdings in your pension, in your retirement plan, decided to hire Dylan Mulvaney. And then the next couple of weeks go by, and you watch as the stock's price just slowly crashes. And you realize that you're probably going to have to work another 3, 4, maybe 5 more years because one of the companies that you're relying on for your retirement decided to go woke. It is a crime. It should be a crime, and it should be investigated. Here is the exact letter that Ron DeSantis sent to Anheuser-Busch. He said, "It has come to my attention that the state board administration currently holds global equity assets with Anheuser-Busch InBev. As you well know, Anheuser-Busch performance has plummeted since its decision to associate its Bud Light brand with radical social ideologies. That fateful decision has transformed America's formerly best-selling beer and one of InBev's best-selling assets into a commercial pariah. InBev's losses have been staggering. It is a pariah. If you go to a party, a barbecue, a pool, the beach with a cooler full of Bud Light, you're going to be the laughingstock of that social scene. You're going to get made fun of, and everybody is going to laugh at you. So basically, this letter is just highlighting how poorly Bud Light is performing since the boycott began. And remember, it's just going to get worse as Bud Light starts to lose shelf space and as Bud Light pulls the coupons that they've been offering consumers. They've been basically giving this stuff away, and the sales are already down 30%. This is a letter from the interim executive director from the State Board of Administration, probably the person who oversees the state's pension fund. But look, the letterhead has the governor's name on it. I will say this could be a stunt. You never know. Ron Desantis is running for president. He's down in the polls. But I think he's 100% correct on this issue. Even though I won't be voting for the guy, I can acknowledge when somebody's correct. And he's 100% correct on this issue. They made a decision to hire woke individuals like Elisa Heinerstein. And now, not only are their employees paying the price, not only are their shareholders paying the price, their distributors, anybody associated with Bud Light paying the price, but now you have pension fund holders paying the price. Teachers, cops, firefighters, EMTs who have been paying into a pension fund and whose employers have been paying into a pension fund. Imagine you're 67 years old, you've been working for 40 years, you decided that you were going to retire at 68, but then all of a sudden your pension fund dropped 10% because Bud Light made the fateful decision to hire Dylan Mulvaney. And if you don't think pension funds really matter, take a look at this TikTok video. This is a video from a company, I think it's called Yellow Trucking, and the company mishandled the pension fund. And this is a video of them telling their drivers, look, your pension fund's gone, we mishandled the money, and you're probably going to have to continue working until the day you die. Very sad situation. Take a look.
Fucking job. It ain't you. It's the right here. Sometimes. But now we got to do this shit again. So all I have to say is you got to do this shit again. And nobody tell me, and nobody here tell me why I get emotional. Why you talk like that? That's fine.
That's fine. You can do that.
You don't know what I'm talking about. I want my ass over this.
Exactly.
I mean, 30-something money.
Yeah, I agree with you.
30-something.
I agree with
You
you.
tell me I ain't got no money.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Nobody tell me.
I've been here 30-something effing years. Now you're telling me I don't have a pension. Now, the Bud Light situation is not going to completely wipe out an individual's pension like this guy's pension got wiped out. But even a 5% drop, a 10% drop in your pension can really change and alter your retirement date. And retirement, that's something you look forward to. That's something you plan for. And if it happens that you have to work another 5 years because a company like Bud Light made an idiotic decision, that is something that you should not stand for. It's something that should never happen. Politics should stay out of publicly traded companies' decision-making, agendas, ideologies, propaganda. Stay out of the marketplace. If you're a private company and you don't have public money, do whatever you want to do. If you want to ruin your own brand, be my guest. But if you are taking on public money, like Anheuser-Busch does, if you are taking on pension money, you better watch yourself. You better stay out of the agenda game, the ideology game, and just focus on making your shareholders money. Big mistake here by Bud Light. And guess who's looking for jobs? Guess who is looking for jobs now that they have ruined an iconic brand? That would be Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney looking for work after Bud Light fiasco, market speaking gigs to colleges. This is why I'm fearful of sending my 9-year-old son to school, to college. He currently goes to a private Christian academy right now. But what college do you send somebody to nowadays? Because they're all woke, and I'm sure Dylan will get a ton of gigs at these woke colleges. Dylan says, university and college friends, I'm booking speaking opportunities for the upcoming 23-24 school year. and would love to come and visit. Basically, what Dylan is saying is, hey, if you want to pay me $80, $90, $100,000, I'll come speak at your college. And I am sure a ton of these woke universities will hire this person and pay them a ton of money to come speak at colleges. Today's corporate America is a complete joke. If I had $1 in Florida's pension fund or a pension fund that held Anheuser-Busch, I would be demanding that they immediately sell it. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until next time, peace.